עסקנו בדאעש ונמשיך בכך. פיגן גונס היא עיתונאית טורקית הנושאת דרכון בריטי. היא ביקרה לאחרונה בסוריה בניסיון לאתר אנשי דאעש שמקורם בבריטניה. פיגן נמצאת בימים אלו בישראל והתפנתה לשוחח איתנו במהלך סיור בירושלים.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, Figen, and thank you very much for joining us. Can you tell us what was the purpose of your visit in Syria?
Well, I'm a London-based Kurdish journalist and I've been living in London. I decided to travel into Turkey to be able to go in Syria, to be able to find a fighter with a British passport, because at that time it was major concern back in April in the UK. And I went there through Hatay with the hope that finding a fighter from UK, from one of the UK cities, Manchester, London. So that was my initial motive to go in Syria.
And you met with people from Daesh?
Yes, I found the messenger, I found the fixer, and through this middleman I spoke to one of the fighters who has a British passport, and he told me he served in Guantanamo Bay and Iraq previously. And this middleman was asking me to pay him in money because these Daesh fighters apparently are getting some money for their interviews. But according to UK law, as a journalist, I can't pay a journalist. And I said to my fixer, I can pay you £5,000, but I can't pay this Daesh man because they're a terrorist network and they're doing all this terror work in the world.
Did you tell them that you're a journalist, or you had to pretend that you're someone else?
For the interview, I told him I was a British journalist, and I once talked to him about his life story, about his motives to be in Syria. I once asked him how he came to a point to believe into jihad and why he left his life back in the UK, because we've got all this social welfare, we've got all this government supporting us in every way. And so I was just trying to understand his motives, to join the war in Syria, and as a kind of human story, because I knew that he had a family back in Manchester in the UK. So I wanted to ask him about his children, his wife, his daily life, and his expectations from life.
And from your impression, are they really so brave and so cruel as they are trying to show the world they are?
Yes, I think they are really cruel people. I used to go to their hotel. There is one specific hotel where the Daesh fighters stay in Turkey without showing any identity whatsoever. And later on I heard from other sources, from the former employees of that hotel, that actually that place is kind of reproduction center for jihadists in Reyhanlı, in that border town, for them to kind of keep their race going on, to have this jihad in the future generations as well. So my point is that city, Hatay, is like another country at the moment. There is no rules whatsoever.
And again, from your impression, Figen, what's the attitude of the average Syrian to this new phenomena, Daesh?
I think they're separated. I mean, I've seen some people in the place where I stayed in Reyhanlı, in the opposite building, there was Daesh fighters living in. So the local people in Turkey, some of them hated them, some of them believed they were doing the right thing against Assad. But what I can say, they're brutal. And specifically, they hate women. As a women journalist, I had my difficult times. Although I was undercover most of the time, that I didn't say I was a journalist. I was just saying, which was true, I'm doing my master's back in London and I'm working on a dissertation about Syria. That's what I was saying, to be able to talk to them, because they hate women journalists and they're brutal fighters across the world, international organization.
Figen, thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you.